Last time I went into detail on reasons people are super critical of Anita Sarkeesian and her video series on YouTube, but then I realized it would only be fair to talk about reasons people actually enjoy her work. So today I present to you my picks for the top 5 reasons people like Anita Sarkeesian. Let's get this one out of the way. There is some sexism in gaming. All you have to do is be a woman playing Call of Duty with voice chat on and there will be tons of creeps trying to talk to you. Now of course this is a small number of gamers, but we can't deny that they're a very loud and obnoxious minority. Along with these guys, you also have internet trolls that will always look for reasons to belittle and offend others online, whether it be for the color of their skin, their nationality, or gender. These are the types of people that will go around telling women to get out of gaming, and of course some go as far to make death threats. These are the fools that make gamers look bad and cause people like Anita Sarkeesian to gain traction, because people want to see this type of pitiful online harassment stopped. Whether shows like Feminist Frequency actually do anything to stop trolling against women is a completely different story. Tumblr is a social networking site on the internet that acts as a blogging platform of sorts for people to share their views on a variety of subjects. But the thing that makes this site unique is that its users are known to be extremely politically correct, so basically the complete opposite of 4chan. When you go onto most sites on the internet, the overwhelming majority of people seem to despise Anita Sarkeesian and her actions, leading many to wonder where all of her alleged supporters are, and the answer to that question is simple: Tumblr. Well, I suppose this isn't a reason people like Feminist Frequency. A site like Tumblr provides a place for supporters of Anita to go without the opposition that they would face on Reddit, Twitter, YouTube, or most other sites on the internet. As mentioned in last week's video, whenever Anita gets brought up in a national news report or even in many online articles, she is shown to be a person trying to take down the sexist video game industry, and all the misogynistic gamers hate her because they don't want women in gaming. Now when you have one-sided articles like these that don't even bother to try to understand the other side's perspective of an issue, it will lead to many just taking it at face value without finding out more about the other side's point of view. I think this just goes to show that people should never take news reports at face value because they are most likely one-sided and someone behind the scenes probably has an agenda to push. And this advice goes well beyond gaming journalism. An oftentimes strange thing I hear people claim against Anita is that she stages all of these death threats simply to make herself look like the victim. And while yes, there are tons of people that make cases that some of the harassment is self-made, I have to ask myself, why? Even though I run a mostly uncontroversial channel that rarely gives opinions on provocative subjects, I still get tons of hate. So the idea that someone accusing video games of being sexist is going to get harassed 10 times worse than me is a no-brainer. When many see Anita Sarkeesian, they are viewing a woman that's standing up for what she believes in, even though it's removing any shred of privacy that she may have had in her life to do so. Because of this, they look at her activism as a noble venture to make gaming a more open community than it already is. Of course, whether or not that is true is a completely different debate. The most obvious reason as to why people like Anita Sarkeesian is because they find tropes versus women in video games to be a very interesting series, about a hot button issue that most YouTubers aren't willing to take a look at and fear that they will divide their audience. Even though there have been quite a few blatant errors that should have been avoided, such as the Hitman incident, much of the other games covered are pretty accurate, and some of her videos cover positive female figures in games where she praises game developers instead of bashing them for sexism. While Anita may not be anywhere near perfect, this issue has led to a group that is extremely nitpicky about why games are sexist, and a whole other group that goes to the other extreme with not much in between. So it shouldn't be a surprise that many are going to enjoy tropes versus women in video games. Well, there you have my picks for 5 reasons people enjoy Anita Sarkeesian. And if you like this video, you probably won't like the last one about reasons people dislike her, but I suggest you watch it anyway just so you could get the other point of view on the matter. Also, if you haven't already, please feel free to subscribe. So anyway, until next time, thanks for watching.